What's up guys, it's 2020 and with the new year, I just want to remind all of my YouTube subscribers that I still stream on twitch.tv every single day, and so if you'd like to stop by or check out my future Red Dead Online live streams, my link will be down in the description below, twitch.tv/hazardoushdtv. But anyways, on to the regular scheduled content. With the holiday season finally winding down, and as of this week, it is the second week of 2020. The world is returning back to that sense of normalcy when it comes to scheduling and the work atmosphere surrounding not only Red Dead Online, but the gaming industry at large. We're still looking towards the next update for Red Dead, and now that we've talked about our thoughts on what to expect with future major DLC updates with the recent Red Dead Online leak for the Naturalist role, we discussed different things content-wise, and even to an extent some changes coming in the future. But in our time since our latest video and discussion, even more is begging to be talked about, and the immediate future of our game is now in question with more changes likely to come. So today I wanted to keep you guys in the loop with all of that. Today, we're going to be covering 7 updates likely coming to Red Dead Online with the next update. And if it's not the next update, perhaps the next few after. The point of this video is to establish some sort of current problem checklist so that when updates to these issues inevitably get introduced, we can compare and contrast to see what's changed versus what still needs to be addressed. So, as we go along, let me know your thoughts down below, if I missed anything, or if there's any glaring issues you still see in-game that will maybe be up on the chopping block for fixes as of the next update to come to Red Dead. But also, if you are new, maybe consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Red Dead Online and Red Dead Redemption 2 on a daily basis. But anyway, let's get into it. Firstly, we can expect adjustments and real fixes to the Moonshiner role. This is something that's gone largely ignored by Rockstar ever since December 13th when the Moonshiner role released. And as is customary with all Red Dead Online DLC updates, the Moonshiner update yet again broke the entirety of Red Dead Online. The new role was not only riddled with bugs, but other previously added roles started to break down and are affected by the Moonshiner role as well. And much to my disappointment, Rockstar just left the bugs in the game and left on holiday break. Whether or not they're working on solid fixes for the game, none were pushed out and players have been left to pick up the pieces for weeks. Now, apparently when the snow has been added, some background updates with the tunables were implemented to address said Moonshiner bugs, but these fixes have not done enough, as players on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and of course the PC platform are still experiencing these bugs in full form, and a large number of players have given up. I read every single one of your comments. This game is in a bad state, and lots of elements and core aspects of the game need to be addressed and fixed. And I wish I could just flip a switch and make all of our problems go away, but unfortunately we are on the schedule of the developers where not only were no bug fixes implemented before holiday break, but Red Dead received its first newswire on Tuesday since December of 2019, while GTA has gone on to receive 3 or 4 since that calendar date. Now that everyone is back in the swing of things at work, it should only be a matter of time before a proper title update is pushed out to all platforms to address all the bugs, as Rockstar was pretty responsive overall in fixing Frontier Pursuit's glitches. It took a few title updates that took a couple of weeks, or one each Tuesday or Wednesday, to actually solve most of the problems, and of course some problems still persist, but action was taken and each title update got us closer to a working game. And so far we are still waiting for that first update to address the Moonshiner bugs. Now, not only are we dying for some type of fix for the Moonshiner role and the bugs related to that role itself, but other problems need to be addressed, and we're going to get into those now. Animal spawns. I actually feel like this is a topic that I should be saving for a later video because it goes beyond a simple glitch in the game. It has to do more with connection and stability of the servers for Red Dead Online, but this is also something that can at least be slightly improved going forward in an update this month. And after all, Rockstar Games did include in the patch notes, and I quote, "Improvements to networking have been made that will reduce the frequency of problems with ambient wildlife populations in large Red Dead Online sessions." Well, it definitely seems like something was reduced, and that was the animals themselves, because for the past 2.5 weeks, console players on both Xbox One and PlayStation 4 have had very few to little or no animals at all. And on PC, public lobbies are not as bad, although I can tell you with certainty that the snow definitely had a negative effect on wildlife and animal spawn rates. And yes, some workarounds include starting up a story mission or a legendary bounty if you're a solo player so you can hunt with plentiful amounts of animals, but there shouldn't need to be a workaround in the first place. Players are getting taken for one big ride, and it's this type of nonsense that needs to stop. And going back to what I was saying earlier, however, I will save the rest for a future video, as the problem lies on a deeper level in the game, and it's not necessarily just a few bad lines of code. And that's honestly bad news for us as avid Red Dead Online players. But the third update to look out for is fixes for camps spawning. Again, this issue seems to be a lot more prevalent on console than on PC, but I know so many people watching are playing on console, and so it's really unfortunate to see this long time bug still persisting in game. And again, Rockstar has said in the 1.15 patch notes, that title update that introduced the Moonshiner role into Red Dead Online, quote unquote, improvements to networking have been made that will reduce the frequency of problems when pitching or moving your camp in large Red Dead Online sessions. And despite what these patch notes say, animal spawns and camps are certainly not fixed, and the worst part is it's actually worse for some players, and that's not a good look, and it's causing long-time dedicated players of Red Dead to finally pack up and leave the game for good. And these long-lasting bugs and glitches that can never seem to go away are unhealthy for both longtime players of Red Dead and new players to experience, and something needs to change fast and soon before more damage is done. The next few updates to look out for revolve around the previously added and existing roles in Red Dead Online, like the Bounty Hunter, Moonshiner, Trader, and Collector. So let's start off with the Bounty Hunter role bugs first. The Bounty Hunter in Red Dead Online has a current issue with the bounty hunts themselves, where when you trigger a mission to start and the game prompts you on screen with the name of the bounty, the game will then auto-fail the mission, sometimes immediately, and sometimes it's a delayed failure where you're told to meet the target at a certain location, except where this time the target's already arrived and they're alerted to your presence somehow, and then they begin to escape, all while you're still sometimes all the way across the map from them. And this has happened occasionally when Red Dead Online Frontier Pursuits released back in September of 2019, but it seems as though this glitch has returned and it needs to be worked out again. And for this glitch in particular too, some players have reported that the background updates over the past couple weeks have alleviated these problems with the Bounty Hunter, and so I'll turn this one over to you guys. Are you still experiencing this issue in Red Dead Online while you hunt bounties? The fifth update to look out for is one for the Trader role. Now, the Trader role has bugs that are actually intertwined with the Moonshiner, and since the Trader is such a big cooperative role, you've probably been experiencing these problems with the Trader role and Moonshiner role as well. And so those problems are that if you open up your own posse or join in on a friend's posse, story mission with a buddy or two to access and replay a legendary bounty as a solo player even, and find those gorgeous animals you've been searching for, simply interacting with the Trader role, like doing resupply missions or deliveries, have the tendency to immediately reset your Moonshine stock. These two roles, although similar, currently do not blend together that well with the current and existing issues in game. And lastly, we have the Collector role bug, which needs an update to be fixed, and this is definitely one you should look out for in Red Dead Online in the upcoming few days. Certain coins and other collectibles on different day cycles are bugged, and so if you've been following the new and updated Collector God map locations, you will notice sometimes items are still not in the correct place, where upon checking the website, the collections for that specific day and corresponding cycle are accurate, and previous collectibles from that set are already working in game. So why not this one particular lootable? Well, this is just another bug brought on from the Moonshiner's DLC update when Rockstar decided to alter the collectible locations to make it slightly less predictable for players and also make it harder to grind through a bunch of sets over a few hours of gameplay. Now, so far we've talked about 6 of the 7 updates to look out for in Red Dead Online, whether these updates come out this week, this month, or even hereby after, and the last one has to do with matchmaking and server connection. And yes, the connection is bad for some players. Disconnections are running rampant, even for players with good internet, but a new issue has arisen. These are infinite loading screens. I'm not talking about the Moonshiner black screens either. Do me a favor, join a lobby in Red Dead Online, hit pause, go to online, and try to join a new session while currently being in an online lobby. Most likely, you'll just get the infinite black and white loading screen with some music. I have heard that this is a purposeful change to prevent players from resetting collectible locations to cheese easy sets to sell to Madame Nazar, and although I don't have any real proof to back up that claim or really argue against it, I highly doubt that's the case, and I don't think it's purposeful. I think it's just one of the many bugs that was introduced with the Moonshiner's update as well, like most of these others. So the fix for this bug for the time being is to jump back into story mode and then connect to a new Red Dead Online lobby, or you can close Red Dead Redemption 2 as a game down entirely and then start it back up again. But both workarounds, although hopefully temporary, waste valuable playtime if you ever run into any issues while connected in a game, and in practice, this prevents players from quickly joining their friends when they hop online, and a Red Dead lobby cat and mouse game ensues. I really just cannot believe the Red Dead Online Moonshiners update came out almost a month ago, and most, if not all, issues from day one of the update still remain at large in-game. So we will have to wait and see what comes of it, but there's certainly quite a lot of changes and updates on tap. And so that's where we're going to wrap up the video. I want to keep you guys in the loop with 7 new updates likely to come to Red Dead Online. So let me know your thoughts down there in the comments section below. Is there anything in particular you guys are really looking forward to out of all of these updates. Anything that, again, maybe I missed and you would like to throw into this list, whatever it is, feel free to let me know your thoughts. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Red Dead Online. Updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks. We'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the 3 best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. I practically live on all of those platforms. You can feel free to strike up a conversation and ask me a question, but whatever it may be, you can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links, including my Discord, can be found in the description down below. And with that said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.